LakelandCarKeys.com. We're going to do a real quick unboxing of the Xhorse Mini Prog. The Mini Prog is a EEPROM adapter that has three different clips here for three different size EEPROMs to be able to read your circuit inboard and send your information either over to your phone or over to the Key 2 Plus. So we are going to go ahead and unbox it, show you what comes in it, and I'm going to attempt to show you the process of binding it to your account. And I might even grab a Toyota immobilizer that I have laying around and try to pull some data and see if we can clone the key with the Key 2 Plus. So this was about $330. For me, it was a little bit out of my budget. I didn't want to spend the money on it. Last week I did a O2 Lexus RX 300 where I ended up having a problem reading the EEPROM in circuit. And after I did a little research, I come to determine that it's a common problem reading them in circuit. I did remove the EEPROM from the board, but I didn't have my hot air station, and I ended up ripping one of the pads off the board, which I had to repair. And you know, it was a whole hassle. Something that usually takes 10-15 minutes was 2 or 3 days of going back and forth and fixing stuff and blah blah blah. And at the end of it, I said I might as well just go ahead and grab the Mini Prog. I did order a bunch of different clips that will come in, that in most cases I'll probably be able to use them. And I did order a better clip setup for not only my Key 2 Plus but my Autel IM508 with using the XP500, or excuse me, XP400. But yeah, after all the headache that I dealt with, I justified spending the money in getting the Mini Prog. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up my camera on the stand and do the unboxing. Alright, so here is the box itself. I'm gonna open it up. And this is the Mini Prog pin here. Let's get this out the bag. See how much power it has. Alright, and the battery's almost full. And it does give me a QR code to scan with the app so that I can connect to my device. And then inside the box there's different EEPROM adapters depending on what EEPROM you want to use. Well, I'm not sure what this big one is. I haven't actually seen this before. So it looks like this is just like a pogo. Oh well, they're all pogos. We just press down and put the pins on. Maybe it's just a longer version of one of these other ones. But inside, so there's a Mini Prog manual, just some information about Wi-Fi and Bluetooth frequencies and disposing of the battery. So then we have the circuit board. Like if we desoldered the chip, we could solder it on, or if it's pins, like it has a dip socket in it, and it also has a latch. I already have one of these that came with the Key 2 Plus. And this is our adapter cable. Basically, this is how we connect this adapter to it. And this top pops off and it goes on up top. And inside we have a USB-C cable. I don't know why they made it white, but this is gonna be dirty real fast. But I have plenty of black ones laying around, so that's not really going to be an issue, but all right. And that's pretty much it. Oh. It looks like we have some pins here. All right, I'm not sure what these do, but there's 4 pins. Look like the heads are different sizes. All right. Let me go ahead and move all this stuff out the way. All right. So just give me 1 second. I am gonna see how I can go ahead and scan this code into the app and get this unit and bind it to my Xhorse app that's on my cell phone. Alright, so I'm in the Xhorse app. I have the Mini Prog page pulled up, and up top in the corner there's a plus button and then a scan. Let's see if I can get that. So it's going to pull up my camera, and then I'm going to go ahead and alright. So it told me that that was a non-required device. So I don't know what that means. Give me a second. Let me just look through the app. Alright, so from the Mini Prog home screen on my phone, down here in the bottom right hand corner, there's a button that says Device Info. I'm going to go ahead and hit that. And then the License tab, I'll go ahead and select License. I can go ahead and turn on the auto connect, and it's already picking up the Bluetooth from the Mini Prog. So I go ahead and add that in. It pulled up my serial number, and it shows everything on the Mini Prog activated. So we can do MCU functions, program memory, which is the EEPROM, program immobilizer, and program dashboard, and airbags. So there's a lot of different functions that are in here, and we'll have to figure out what's what. And of course, you know, we have some updates, so I'm going to just go ahead and click update and give it some time and let it complete those updates. So I did not have the EEPROM. I had a Toyota immobilizer box I thought I had with me, but I must have left it at home, so I'm not going to be able to show you the file transfer. So looking at the pin itself, all right, there's a couple of different options. So if you want to change the heads, you got to twist this middle piece here to your left, which will unlock it, and then the head itself will pull off, and then you can select a different size of the adapters and put one on. Or if you wanted to use the data transfer cable, you can go ahead and connect that in. Make sure it's spring loaded, so you gotta kind of hold it in place and then lock it, and that will lock that unit on. So basically, if you had a loose EEPROM and you want to put it in one of the holders or solder it to the board, you can use this setup. Alright, so inside the app, had I had the immobilizer box, what I would have just went in and selected EEPROM and flash, and I would have scrolled up to microchip and selected the 93LCXX, and then we want 93LC66A, but the 8-pin version. Alright, and then so it gives us a few, I'm not sure if you can see this on the screen, but the first option is adapter. So basically, if we're using the clip along with this setup, we would select adapter, or pressure. If we're using one of the pogo style pins, we would select pressure. So I'd go ahead and hit pressure, and then it gives me a read, write, and erase function down the bottom. So it's interesting. Let's see if we go back. All right, let's go into emo. Like, say if we were doing a Lexus LS300. All right, so Lexus ain't even under there. That's awesome. All right, so Toyota. All right, so this is the same way it is in the app and on the Key 2 Plus. We would essentially, it has some things that I don't know, usually just go through. So say if I was using the programmer and I, if I was in my Autel and I wanted to mobilize a Lexus, it would give me an option to reset it, which is basically you use your clip, you clip to the ECU, and you reset the EEPROM, and it puts the immobilizer system in a virginized state where you would have to, depending on the year, make, and model, either add 2 or 3 keys into the system. You would add the keys on board on the vehicle itself, but I don't know where that option is under Xhorse, so I can't really show you. But if we were reading EEPROMs, we could go in and modify, write a key via dump, or modify it that other way. But what the main reason I did buy this is for the easy file management. So right down here in the bottom middle, there's a icon that says file management. I can click it, and then local file will be stuff that I read locally that's stored inside the unit, and then my data is my cloud storage. So you've seen me just bind the Prog pin to my phone, but I haven't actually programmed anything. But what it does is it binds it to my Xhorse account, and all my different Xhorse units that are in that account use the same my data file. So if I click on my data, I can see all the files that I've previously done with either my Key 2 Plus or another Xhorse device. So this very top file right here is that Lexus RX 300 that I did. There's a couple of other Toyota. There's a Toyota that I didn't mean to open it, but there was a Toyota that I did not too long ago, and basically it just opens up the hex file. And these are all my different files that are in my cloud. So if I go in, let's see, my Q2 Plus, I'm not sure where my data is. There's a way to get it on the Q2 Plus also, and you could also pull it up on your PC. So from inside the app, it will give you a quick. So down here, there's a thing right here. It says quick login scan PC QR code. So I would type in the URL on my computer, and it will generate a QR code on the screen. And I just use my phone to scan that QR code, and then my computer will have access to all my files that are shared in the cloud. So that's pretty good. Like if I want to wirelessly transfer an EEPROM file to, say, put it on my computer, if I want to email it to somebody, or if I wanted to put my bin file in a hex editor program that I might have on my laptop, that will pretty much transfer the file wirelessly for me. Let's see. I just want to look at the immobilizer programming options on my Key 2 Plus. And I said we were going to look at that GS300. So the GS300 I did not too long ago. The file is in my Xhorse, but I actually did it with my Autel. So up until 2005, emo system with 4C. All right. So basically it gives us these options. You can't really see that. Program the main key, program secondary key. So that would be your master key, your slave key, key clearing, which I believe is, virginizing the ECU so that we can go ahead and, or actually that's asking for a master key, so it's actually gonna wipe out other keys with a master key that's not virginizing it. But yeah, there's some, I have to go through it, and of course it's not gonna let me back out of here. Yeah, but I don't want to get too far off track until I can, I'll do a second video when I have the immobilizer box in hand. And basically what I'll do is I'll show the process of pulling the EEPROM out of the emo box, using the cloud storage, transfer it over to my Key 2 Plus, and then selecting the key that's already programmed in the immobilizer box, and then programming it to a super chip, and be able to start the car and not have to program keys on board on the car. Alright, so this was just a real quick unboxing of the Xhorse Mini Prog. It's the pogo style pin. One of the other things I have to look up is, we have, I can't really focus here, we have these pogo style pins, but it's not actually marked to tell you the orientation, which pin is pin number 1. So what I'll do is, once I figure out on all 3 of them, I'll just take a Sharpie and mark one corner so that I'll know, looking at it, which way is pin number 1. And more than likely, this only goes on one way, and more than likely I'm holding it, this front one here would probably be pin number 1, but that's just me guessing. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this video up, and we will get you on the next one with some programming features. Alright, LakelandCarKeys.com.